Say hello to two of our newest friends here inside the LSU Gymnastics Training Center. We've got Inside LSU Gymnastics coming up right now.
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is brought to you each week by Women's Hospital. When experience matters, choose Women's Hospital. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue. Dow. For more than 60 years, Dow has been a dedicated teammate for LSU. Go Tigers! And Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way home buyers prefer it. Call David today to get pre-approved. 225-921-8152. Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is an exclusive presentation of the LSU Sports Television Network.
Hello everyone and welcome once again inside LSU Gymnastics Championship Postseason Edition from the LSU Gymnastics Training Center here in Baton Rouge. I'm Mike Smith. Dee Bro, what an amazing season it has been. It's a pleasure to be back with you again in the lobby of this fine facility here. We add some more hardware.
Yeah, we do, and this is beautiful stuff back here.
Yeah.
And when we started this season, we were saying it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and let's just watch LSU sprint to the finish, and that's what this team did. The message for that meet was, don't watch the score, focus on your performance, let us worry about what's going on the scoreboard. Florida will be ahead of us the entire time. Let's be within striking distance when we get to the last event. We win, and that's exactly what happened.
That is exactly what happened, and courtesy of TJ Ribs, let's take a look at all of the great highlights. TJ Ribs, the official barbecue sponsor of LSU Athletics. Dee, the highlights speak for themselves. You start off again in the Olympic rotation,
yeah.
and you tremendous vaulting there at the SECs, again on podium, which again sets the conference apart, giving the opportunity to feel what the nationals are going to feel like, and it had every bit of that atmosphere. I can still feel it.
It was amazing, but it started with that walk-through, that tailgate walk-through.
Yes.
We went in, we warmed up with just so much composure, but when you've got a team like this and you're going out there and you're starting your vaulting line up with our own little Hercules. that was a huge statement. She gives us a 9-9, and then Ruby Harold probably vaults as well as she's done all year long. Another 9-9. McKenna Kelly, a beautiful vault, nice and high, and there's a new vault for her this year, and beautiful, another 9-9. So we knew when that was happening, we were cooking with gas.
You were indeed. The Tigers with over 49-3 on vaulting. You're right there. Highly competitive with the rest of the teams, and again, you're focusing on each and every routine.
Absolutely.
And not the outcome. And the uneven bars for the Tigers inside the Smoothie King Center, you absolutely just burned them to the ground.
They did a great job, and here I talked about the first three vaulters. Now I'm going to talk about the last three on bars. Kennedy Edney, 9-9. Beautiful. She was aggressive. She was there with her jaw set, ready to give us all she had. Lexi Priestman, critical because Lexi gave us 3 events in that meet.
That's right.
Her vault was beautiful. Her second routine was going to be her bar routine. 9-9. It could have been a 9-9-5. It was beautiful. Sarah Finnegan, 9-9-5. And here she is, brings it home again and nails it. And we go 49-4-7-5 on our second event. So the pace is set, and this team has momentum.
You did indeed. And then over to the balance beam, Dee. This is when, again, you take that deep breath, you focus in on each and every routine, but then inside of the routines, you're trying to really zone in on each and every maneuver.
We go to beam. Christina Desiderio starts us off 9-9. You can't start beam any better than she did for us. And then everybody hits. I mean, it's 9-8-5, 9-8-5, 9-8-5. Stuck landings, beautiful. Reagan Campbell sets up Sarah Finnegan again, set Reagan Campbell, then Sarah Finnegan, 1-2 punch at the end of the lineup.
And there you go, another almost 49-5. Again, the Tigers are right there in the thick of things. You go over the floor exercise, the decibel level inside the Smoothie King Center went up about another 10 notches. And I know this because sitting right next to me was the decibel meter. And I can tell you, we watched it absolutely spike the entire time.
The crowd was amazing. And people say, well, crowds don't win championships. Don't tell this team that crowds don't win championships. Crowds make a huge difference, and we saw that Every meet at home this year, on the road we had a crowd, but at that Smoothie King Arena, we had a crowd.
And the floor exercise, you gave the crowd something to scream about, especially right in the middle of that lineup. You felt that, okay, all of a sudden, that small gap between Florida and LSU was about to be overcome, and the Tigers had a chance to take this title.
Yeah, and it was never far, and the lead, kind of flipped back and forth, and the scoreboard was amazing. You could see the score changing as we were competing. When we got to Lexi Priestman, and she stepped out on that floor, that crowd was so eager to see that young lady compete. She gave them everything they wanted all season long. A 9-9 at the SEC Championships, and then she began to roll. Kennedy Edney, beautiful double Arabian. She just drilled it. The rest of her floor routine was beautiful and a lot of fun, and the crowd was into it. Sarah Finnegan in that number 5 spot, she brought the house down with a 10.
Clinched it.
It was amazing. And then once again, McKenna steps up and gets to bring it home.
And then Tiffany Daniels, the Associate Commissioner of the SEC, hoists up that trophy. This one right here, and hands it over to the Fighting Tigers of LSU 3 years in a row. SEC champions. It's a great feeling. We're just getting started here inside LSU Gymnastics. So much more straight ahead.
When you're expecting, you have expectations. But what if there was more? What if your caregivers were your teachers and your cheerleaders, and they helped you plan and prepare so you can have a voice in your care? This is the experience of a lifetime. And experience matters. Your experience starts with the Pregnancy Navigator at Women's Hospital.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Visit us in-store or at academy.com for the guaranteed lowest prices. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
Big day today. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a normal day in a normal place with normal crawfish prepared 36 ways. Maybe today you'll make that breakthrough, and maybe tonight you'll break through too. Maybe it'll rain, maybe you'll shine, or today could just be one of those days. For the unpredictable and the unencumbered, at LSU, maybe counts for a little something extra. Maybe? Absolutely.
When you're more than a fan, the game never ends. Greatness doesn't live in the end zone, at the net, or above the rim.
It lives within every LSU student athlete, and it's your calling to bring out their greatness.
On the field, in the classroom, and in life.
We are the Tiger Athletic Foundation. For decades, we've been the team behind our Tigers. Join us. Be more than a fan.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way homebuyers prefer it.
Welcome back inside LSU Gymnastics Championship Postseason Edition. Well, the SEC Championship belongs to the Tigers for 2019. Just a small opportunity to take a quick breath and then get ready for the brand new NCAA postseason format. Dee Dee, it was something that the coaches talked about in past years. It finally came to fruition, and we welcomed 8 teams plus the Fighting Tigers inside the Maravich Center for a 3-day event that was terrific.
It was great. We had a great crowd, but nobody does any better than we do hosting and putting on an event. And so many of these kids that came to this meet, because of this format, were so excited to be coming to LSU because they know how much fun and what a great atmosphere we have in our arena. And we did not fail. We did everything that we could do to make it a great event. The highlights are amazing. Yep. We knew that Utah was going to be our primary competition, but I tell you what, Minnesota came to compete, Auburn came to compete. They left it all out there.
The Tigers do win the regional and the so-called super regional, if you will, here in the Maravich Center, and then advance to the national championship for the 30th time in school history. There you were inside the Fort Worth Convention Center, and you look around, and instead of 6 teams in the semifinal, there are only 4.
Yeah.
The margin for error is very small.
It's tight. We knew we'd have to beat a great Utah team for the 3rd time. Right. And then, there were other teams there, but we pretty much said, let's aim at beating Utah, and we will advance.
And you knew it was going to take some exceptional performances in order to do it. And on this particular day, there at the national semifinals, there were 2. Of course, our exceptional performances have always been brought to you by Women's Hospital. When experience matters, choose Women's. Sarah Finnegan and Kennedy Edney, national champions.
Let's go back to Wednesday when we got there. We go to a banquet Wednesday night, and Sarah Finnegan wins the AAI award. That kind of set the tempo of, LSU has Hercules on their team. Wow. And she proved to be everything that she was capable of being after battling the flu the whole weekend we had regionals. But, then she wins the bar title. Kennedy Edney wins the vaulting title. Sure. So that's our where we are with Women's Hospital. That's our super duper performers of the week. Yeah. They really did a great job.
In the national semifinals, as we said, you need to finish in the top 2. Yeah. Of course, a very difficult semifinal with some terrific teams in the mix. And, I thought that after a little bit of an issue there, as you said, to start on balance beam, the composure and experience of this team took over. And lo and behold, there you are, and finishing in that top 2 with UCLA and moving right on into the national finals.
We did, and that was a great competition. But here again, kudos to our crowd. We had a lot more than just the moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas. Sure. We had fans from Texas. We had fans from everywhere. It really makes a difference.
Well, it does indeed. So that set the stage for the finals, which are called the 4 on the floor finals, if you will. Now, instead of 6 teams, there are only 4.
Right.
An incredible atmosphere to have each apparatus going at the same time when the title is on the line. You get the Olympic order, so you get to start
because we
vaulting.
finished second. Don't figure that out. But as random as it seemed, we ended up getting the Olympic order, and for us, that was a beautiful thing to see happen.
It was
we vaulted probably not as good the second night as we did the first night, but some individuals did better or as well, which kept us in the hunt. We go to bars. I felt like our bars were as good a bars as we've done all season long. Lexi Priestman, having her back, which we didn't have her at regionals, having her back in that lineup really was the cutting edge that made the difference. And Sarah Finnegan, brings it home with a beautiful bar routine right there in the end. And then we go to beam with a lot of confidence and momentum. We go to beam with all the confidence in the world, and this team will tell you our goal is to win this championship. And they gave it a Fighting Tiger effort. They gave it everything they had.
You knew you had to summon up a little extra when you got to the floor exercise.
Well, the kids said, tanks on empty. When we finish floor, tanks on empty. And the message that Jay and I had talked about before was burn the boats. Yeah. Tell the kids, you burn the boats. We're going to shore in our boats. We're going to row in, all oars in the water, but burn the boats because we're going home in the spoils. And they rowed a second place trophy home, and it's because of the excellent job they did on floor. I mean, you got to get to floor and be in that event like they did at SEC's. And I think the SEC championship prepared this team to be what they were at the national championships.
They were indeed the highest finish and highest score in school history in the national final. Of course, we mentioned the excellent performances by Sarah Finnegan in particular, the highest all-around score for her.
Now, you had a statistic. You had some statistics about Finnegan's.
Absolutely. As far as the entire season is concerned, 49 individual titles for the 2019 season. That is an amazing effort. Only twice has that ever happened before, and it's only happened once since 2010. And so she really put together a masterful season.
Yeah.
And of course, as you mentioned, had a terrible bout of flu for a regional that perhaps could have set that record, but still, you can't deny the fight in that Tiger.
There's just so much to be proud of. And, you know, I saw Skip Burtman after the meet. I was on his show that Monday night when I got back, and he's like, all you can do is all you can do, and you did all you can do. And you know, I told that to the team when we got done. I said, there is nothing wrong with being number 2 to this great Oklahoma team. We know what we have to do. We got to get this much better.
Yeah. Hey, one quick last one that I wanted to share with you, and that is that the Tigers finished the season winning 26 out of 28 meets. An amazing effort after February where you kind of circled the wagons and said, okay, we need to recommit ourselves here. You zoom on in, 26 out of 28. You win the SEC, you win the regionals and the super regionals, you advance in the national semifinals, and you take home the national runner-up. Dee Bro, congratulations.
That a girl, you know, at a girl team.
Yeah.
They really brought it. They represented LSU with so much pride and so much passion. What a staff, what a great staff. And I talk about our village, and there's just so many people, so much besides the coaching staff that I think is the very best in the country.
And it shows. Just take a look at the hardware right here. So much more inside LSU Gymnastics.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Visit us in store or at academy.com for the guaranteed lowest prices. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. David specializes in helping first-time home buyers, offering conventional FHA, VA, RD construction, and jumbo loans. David takes the hassle out of getting a home loan while making you feel right at home. Lending the way you like it. Call David today at 921-8152. That's 921-8152. David Alello with Assurance Financial.
When company comes to town,
company's coming!
We go all out. All you gotta do is get down here and visit Baton Rouge.
When you're more than a fan, the game never ends. Greatness doesn't live in the end zone, at the net, or above the rim.
It lives within every LSU student athlete, and it's your calling to bring out their greatness.
On the field, in the classroom, and in life.
We are the Tiger Athletic Foundation. For decades, we've been the team behind our Tigers. Join us. Be more than a fan.
Big day today. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a normal day in a normal place with normal crawfish prepared 36 ways. Maybe today you'll make that breakthrough. And maybe tonight you'll break through too. Maybe it'll rain. Maybe you'll shine. Or today could just be one of those days. For the unpredictable and the unencumbered, at LSU, maybe counts for a little something extra. Maybe? Absolutely.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by TJ Ribs. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue.
Welcome back inside LSU Gymnastics. Dow has been a great partner for the Fighting Tigers for more than 60 years. Dow says go Tigers, and they have brought this feature to you each and every week. And this week's feature, Dee Dee, about a group of seniors that have really left an indelible mark on this program for all time.
You know, their level of maturity and how they've grown, not just as student athletes, but as young women and leaders in the community and leaders here on campus and leaders here in the gym. Outstanding and very, very accomplished gymnast.
Our thanks to Garrett Walvert for all of the pieces that he's done for us. One final time to Garrett Walvert about our LSU seniors.
The LSU senior class of 2019. 35 All-American honors, 6 combined SEC team titles, 2 individual national championships, 1 unbreakable bond. Sarah Finnegan grew from a shy freshman to a team leader and national champion during her tenure at LSU.
I mean, it's been a journey. My first year I kind of just sat back and I observed because I didn't know how the whole college experience worked. I didn't know the layout, I didn't know the competition. My junior and senior year, I think that's when I really kind of like came out of my shell and kind of really grew as a person and took that leadership role and just kind of embraced it. And I think that definitely has shaped me as a person, and it's just very special.
Juliana Canamello was a first-team All-American on vault and cherishes the friendship she's made with her fellow seniors.
Every year we got closer and closer, and McKenna and I were talking about it the other day. Like, there's just something about this class, or like this team, that is unforgettable. Like, we'll always be, I really feel like we'll always be like this close.
McKenna Kelly won the SEC floor exercise title as a sophomore, but suffered a devastating Achilles tear that wiped out her junior season. Kelly returned to form as a senior, drawing strength from her teammates.
It's almost bizarre to know that I didn't know these girls 4 years ago. I didn't know these girls, and the impact that they've had on me, not only as teammates but as sisters. Those girls, we share everything with each other, and especially these 4 years, I wouldn't have written it any other way with anyone else.
Lexi Priestman earned the SEC Bars title in 2017 and overcame numerous injuries to lead the Tigers to uncharted heights.
I wouldn't think I would be sitting here right now if it wasn't for this team and this coaching staff. I thought my gymnastics career was over before I even came here. So it was hard for me to put in perspective that, you know what, I need to stop thinking of the negative, that I could get hurt or something will happen, and kind of put my mind back into the setting of, you're here at a huge SEC school and it's time for you to do your job. And I kind of had that mindset going into freshman year after I kind of experienced the first meet and everything of, you know what, I'm not stopping now. This is about to be the best 4 years of my life, and it has been.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Visit us in-store or at academy.com for the guaranteed lowest prices. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2019 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
This is the Nelson family.
Wi-Fi's good.
And their panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox.
Connected here.
They're helping us demonstrate the speed and coverage of its super fast signal.
Here it comes!
It covers every device and every inch of their home.
He's coming back up!
And with extenders, every room is connected. Cover every corner of your home with super-fast panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox.
At Dudley DeBosier, we're proud to serve Tiger Nation as the official injury lawyers of LSU Athletics.
To us, that means when one of you gets knocked down, we're there to pick you up.
And hopefully, we're making Louisiana a little safer in the process.
We take pride in fighting for our fellow Tiger fans.
It's a great responsibility, but even a greater honor. Demand Dudley DeBosier, the official injury lawyers of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
LSU Tigers fans, show your pride with real Tigers gear from the official online store, lsushop.net. You'll find everything a Tigers fan needs, including jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection of over 4,100 products, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Tigers pride, there's only one place real Tigers fans go, lsushop.net.
When you're more than a fan, the game never ends. Greatness doesn't live in the end zone, at the net, or above the rim.
It lives within every LSU student athlete, and it's your calling to bring out their greatness.
On the field, in the classroom, and in life.
We are the Tiger Athletic Foundation. For decades, we've been the team behind our Tigers. Join us. Be more than a fan.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by Dow. Dow. For more than 60 years, Dow has been a dedicated teammate for LSU. Go Tigers!
Our final segment brought to you as always by our friend David Alello of Assurance Financial, lending the way homebuyers prefer it. Dee Dee, you know, we talked about every time we felt like we got momentum, there was a challenge. And
Right.
Of course that happened at the national semifinals. Just before leaving, another challenge beset the Tiger family.
Yeah, Bob Moore calls us the last day we're practicing to get ready to go and says, I got to go home. I've got an emergency at home. And he ended up rushing his wife to, she ended up being diagnosed with a pretty substantial aneurysm, and it was an emergency situation. Airlifted her, Acadian ambulance airlifted her to New Orleans, to Oshner's in New Orleans, and had emergency surgery. And I mean, it was amazing when you see the pictures of the before and the after. But we're truly blessed that Bob was quick to move, and friends and family got together and said, no, this is where we need to go. This is what you need to do. And Scotty Ballard, you know, was a very good friend of the program. He got involved, and things began to happen very quickly.
You know, and of course what that meant was that Bob had to be where Bob needed to be, which was at bedside with his family and his wife. But of course that left the Tigers without a key coach that the team has always been there. And of course, they have to pick up the pieces and roll with it, and it seemed like you did in spades.
Yeah, it was seamless. You know, Jay took that spot on vaulting, and we ended up with a vaulting national champion, which means they were well coached at home.
That does indeed. Well, it was a tremendous season. This 2019 season will go down as one of the greatest ever for the purple and gold. A couple of new national champions that'll have their names etched in the Maravich Center, and some new hardware that will be on display here forever inside the LSU Gymnastics Training Center. Dee Dee, it's always been great to be with you each and every week during the season.
And Mike, you know, we wanted you to come with us, but you had to go to California.
Well, we did. We had some family matters over there, had a big birthday party for our young lady that lives out there, but we were pulling for the Tigers the whole way and had a little watch party of our own. So it was really great. Now for David, for Caleb, for Garrett, for everyone involved in Inside LSU Gymnastics, I'm Mike Smith. Thank you so much for joining us all season long. We'll see you down the road.